So in today's video, we're really going to start focusing on just getting ready for that hunt. Making sure everything's into alignment, our form's good, arrows are flying right, and just make sure we're getting used to shooting that broadhead. Most of my shots today will be made with the broadhead. I'm going to take one warm-up shot, and then we're going to be using our 3-blade VPA 175 to hunt with this year. I currently don't have a perfect 3-blade. All of them have hit some kind of metal on that target. There's a piece of metal above that leg right next to the heart section. Unluckily, I'm scraping the edge of that broadhead on there, so I do need to order a couple more, but I think what I have will be good enough for this season. So anyway, y'all stay with me. We're going to go through our shot process and focus on making perfect shots every shot of today's session. I'm going to get ready for the hunt and keep all the arrows in the deer vitals and make some good shots. Alright, so let's start out. We're going to go ahead and start with the broadhead. I'm shooting about a 17-yard shot from here. My broadhead, my feathers are lined up pretty much with the same way my broadhead blades are facing. So everything should be in sync, and we should be able to make some good shots with this setup. Perfect shot right in the heart. That's exactly what we need to do. Everything was good executed on that shot. I may have let down a hair, but it was right where I was looking in that heart. We need to make a few of those. I'm going to shoot a few more here and make all kill shots today. I wanted to show y'all something. The way I have my feathers lined up here on my bow, they're in a way that I try to get the least amount of contact on my bow. My feather is running through this little groove on the edge right here, and I guess it started helping my shots because I changed that the other day, and it seemed to improve some things in my shooting. Let's make another shot. We're gonna shoot at that deer target probably a few more times, and then I'm gonna set up the Reinhardt and start shooting at the center. But let's make another vital shot on the deer target. Okay, that was a bad shot right there. As you can see, my hand started gripping. That's something that I've struggled with throughout my shooting, and it's just something that I'm gonna have to truly put away one day and quit doing it forever. Right, so I went inside and cut this metal tab off this deer target leg, and in the process, a little sharp piece of metal cut the tip of my thumb pretty bad, and bleeding all over the place. But that's the things we have to do to keep everything going in our journey in traditional archery. All right, y'all, before I came out here, I was watching some of the push archery, a shooting session with Joel Turner and Matt Zernzak. And Matt was talking about, actually Joe was talking about how people short draw when a lot of people short draw or don't come to full anchor when they're making their shots. And all this is true. Joe and Matt are more, they're more gap shooters, but I listen to a lot of things that they say. I consider myself more of an instinctive shot, but I really want to try to learn here soon. Maybe we'll start that next season, some gap shooting to increase my accuracy beyond what I ever thought about. The way I shoot is more of I pick a spot on the target, stare at it, make sure I get into good form, anchor, and make that arrow land exactly where I'm looking or pretty close to it. I feel that if I could possibly use the point of that arrow to aim with, it, along with what I know in instinctive shooting, it just made me that much better of a shot, and possibly make my confidence in traditional archery beyond what I ever thought about. So that's just something to think about. You know, watching guys like that who are awesome shooters, who do everything in their power to make this sport what it is today, I just feel like taking notes from them and listening to them is you know, better than not. So with that being said, let's go through our whole shot process, and don't, you know, we're not going to let this arrow go until we know that it's going to hit where I'm looking at. Just like that. Everything was perfect. My grip was solid. My anchor point was solid. I looked exactly where I wanted to put that arrow, and it went exactly where I was looking, in the bottom of that hole in the armpit. Let's go check it out. All right, so this is the shot I just made. My arrow landed exactly where I was looking. The low spot of this vital area in the armpit, that would have hit heart. It's a heart shot all day. The deer duck, that would have been double lung. That's exactly what we have to do on every shot. Not take the shot until we know our arrow is going exactly where we're looking. All right, so I moved the angle of the shot just a little bit, a few feet, about 10 feet this way. And we just wanted to get ready for different angles during a hunting situation. You're never gonna be set up. I mean, you can set yourself up for a broadside shot every time, but a lot of times when you get that shot opportunity, it won't be the perfect scenario every time. So you want to be able to shoot at different angles and still get your shot pretty close to where you're looking. So let's go through with our shot process again and put it right there. This is a shorter shot. Put it right there where we're looking, in that vital area. I want to show y'all something. So the first thing I'm gonna start doing, I have a locator right here with this finger. I'm gonna start putting that finger there every time and starting my grip that way. Instead of my hand dancing around, I can have that finger in place and get that grip settled and put away before I even make the shot. All right, on this shot, we're gonna focus on that vital area again. Before I even take a shot this time though, I'm gonna get my grip settled and right. I'm gonna start putting my finger right there and then wrapping my hand around and go ahead and get my grip solid and in a good spot before I even start to shoot. Now I got my target locked in that hole in that vital area. Need to get it to good alignment, good back tension, and put the arrow where we're looking. All right, so the arrow went high. That I should have known when I let go. I was looking exactly where I wanted the arrow to go, but we are a bit closer, so you're gonna make mistakes, and that's one I just made, so we need to make it right. All right, so let's try this again. I'm pretty close to the target, so I know that when I draw, my point of aim is not going to be like it was when I was a few feet back. It's going to be a hair lower, so let's see if this works out this time. All right, y'all, so that last shot I made, I feel like it was not executed properly. The arrow flew to the left. I probably let down a little bit, possibly gripped the bow. That's just not what we're gonna do here. We're pretty close to the target right here, and I should be able to hit exactly where I'm looking every time. pretty good shot right there. I let down the hair, but the arrow did go in a straight path instead of going to the left. So let's take another shot. All right, let's do that again. We're gonna put this broadhead right in that little cluster. Good shot. It's a little high, but a good double long hit. I feel good about it. All right, one more try. We're gonna put it right in the vitals this time. Boom, right there. Perfect shot. It was in that little cluster. It would have been a good low double long heart shot. All right, on this shot, we're gonna watch my whole shot process. I'm gonna go through the shot, get into anchor, make a good follow through, and don't release the arrow until I know I'm gonna hit my mark. Perfect shot. Right where I was looking in that little cluster. Actually made a great shot that time. Arrow went exactly where I was looking, and it was everything I wanted it to do. All right, let's do that one more time. Right there where I was looking, low, double long, in the heart. Perfect shot. All right, I feel like everything's pretty, my whole shot process is pretty solid. There's a few things I'm doing, I'm still letting down a little bit, but if I can get that let down and this bow gripping thing to go away, I'll be pretty solid throughout the whole thing. We're gonna shoot one more time at that vital point, and then we're gonna set up a can and shoot it a few times with the field points. All right, perfect shot. The arrow is right in the vital point. Let's go check it out. So that's exactly where I was looking, in the center of that cluster right there. That's the heart double long area, and on that deer target, it's a killer shot every time. So I got the can set up down there. What I'm gonna do, using the field points again, what I'm gonna do is just go through my shot process, stare at that can, and not let this arrow go until I know it's gonna hit. Perfect shot, hit directly in the center of the can. Let's do it again. All right, let's take shot number 2 with the can. Now, in my videos, I don't shoot a shot and not record it. It's just not something I do. That's not fair to y'all. If I made 100% accurate shots, what's the fun in that? What's you know, you're not going to be 100% every time, and if you don't show the flaws and get to talk about what you're doing, then there's no point of really talking about it or teaching anything. And you know, I do a lot of these videos to teach myself and just work on my form, my shot, so I can be a better archer when it comes down to crunch time in the woods. Don't release your arrow until you feel like it's gonna hit that target where you're looking. That was a really, really close shot. Hair to the right. And the only reason I feel like it hit a hair to the right was because I kind of let down a little bit. And I think that's what caused my, I may have rushed the shot. I think that's what caused my hitting to the right. We're gonna try it again. All right, so on this shot, we're gonna go through the whole shot process, getting the solid anchor, and release that arrow into the can. Perfect shot. Everything I want to do. I got to anchor. I was a little bit holding to the left, so right, so I moved my arm to the left. I knew my arrow was going to hit down, so I moved up a little bit. And when I got there, I went ahead and focused on that spot and put it exactly where I was looking. All right, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Like I said, don't make your shot until you know that arrow is going to hit where you're looking. Even if it doesn't hit where you're looking, it's going to get super close. It's not going to be a total disaster miss if you go through that shot process. Keep good form and maintain solid focus throughout. So can fell over. We're going to shoot this arrow into the deer vitals. All right, so the last shot into the deer vitals was not exactly where I was looking. That's because I rushed the shot. We're gonna do it again, and I'm not gonna let this arrow go until I'm solid focused on where I want it to land. Awesome shot. Right there in that little cluster. I waited, took my time, put it exactly where I was looking. So we can make the shot. We just gotta make sure we keep that mental focus and don't let that arrow go, don't let that string go until we know this arrow is gonna hit that target. We're gonna finish the video up shooting at the can one more time. We're gonna get close to it. Even if we don't hit it, it's gonna be either to the right of it barely or to the left. But pretty sure we're gonna hit it. Hit the can. It wasn't a direct hit. It kind of hit to the left a hair, but it knocked it over. That's good enough for me. Get out here, practice with everything that you're gonna hunt with. Practice with your broadheads, practice with your field points. Maintain that perfect form. Get good focus. Maintain good focus. That's the whole shot process. And we have to do that to make perfect shots in the woods. This isn't just an easy task to do. This is traditional archery, and you got to put in the work to get the efforts. You're not going to go out there in a day, which some people get lucky, but you're not. The majority of us aren't going to go out there in a day and make a kill shot on a deer at 17 yards, and you know, be able to just go, woohoo! There's nothing to this. It's not how it works with this stuff. This isn't a compound bow. This isn't a crossbow. This is a stick and a string with no sight, and you have to put some effort and some work into it. So get out here and do your part. Let's make another shot with this broadhead. Good shot.